So out here, I'm trying to take in a little sun so can warm up. See how cold it is in the shop. Got the turbo car in the shop. The nitrous car is outside and needed to rinse off anyways. Let's see, 54 degrees in the shop. So hopefully this primer will it will stick. So working on the twin Snowball Camaro here. So it was shocks reconditioned, painted up, looking good. Same thing with the arms. I bought new uppers and lowers. We'll be reusing the spindle, of course. So getting the brakes done up. So we're gonna try to get them a really bright red. So primer, and then I'm coming back with a silver and then a red. So maybe I can get this silver to pop, and then I have the high temp clear also. I had to go to another store. Couldn't go to my usual store. They didn't have the primer, so knew I needed to prime it. So got to make some runs. Had to do some aluminum stuff, and I realized I was out of, compressed argon. So 2 of those tanks, I got to find tops for those so I can take them back, or either I can just swap them once I'm actually at the place. Also, it's time to do an E85 run, because there's only one store that sells it. So I got to do my E85 run here, get that together. It's also getting really cold. So then I have to turn around and gather up my propane tanks. So I got to gather those up and get all those full, so I'm able to do work in the shop while it's cold. All that's in the mix. So a lot of stuff to load up. A lot of stuff to go get filled up and come back and put in its respective places. Freeze warning night gonna be 29, so the boogeyman has to go back inside. I let it be outside for a little while. It wasn't that cold, but freeze warning tonight. So usually when a freeze warning comes, it's like, I know I got antifreeze in them, but I don't like to put a lot of antifreeze in my cars, because I do take them to the track. And if you do have a leak, it's a lot harder to clean up antifreeze than it is just water. So I put minimum antifreeze in my cooling system. So usually when I see a freeze warning coming up, usually if it's inside, you don't have a problem. But I try to run mine. I will unplug the fan and run it and let them get up to at least 150 degrees, because a lot of my stuff runs really cool, especially the boogeyman without a hood on it outside. It doesn't like to warm up. Same thing with the Snowball Camaro on E85. It doesn't like to warm up either, so I just have to unplug the fan. I let it get up to those temps, and after that, I've never had a problem doing that. And warming it up, I mean, it might not take that, but I just like to be cautious. If it's anything that you have that you're not 100% sure on how much antifreeze is in it and your freeze protection, they do make the little gauges for it. But if you don't want to do the gauge, just make sure you crank it up and you let it run for a while, so you don't end up losing a block or a head or intake and causing yourself unnecessary problems because you could have cranked a car up and let it run for 5 minutes.